right. Well, it's that time again. It's a new month. It's time for another episode of Matt Chats with Mr. TJ. So this will be episode number 3, which I'm excited about because it's about patience. So patience is something we're all learning. We're working very hard at it. Some of us are kind of tired of working on patience because it takes patience to work on patience. So we're going to talk a little bit about it today. I want to talk about 3 different kinds of patience, okay? We need to think about patience as it pertains to our world around us and as it pertains to ourselves. So, patience number 1 is patience with other people. This is the one that most of us struggle with most frequently in our daily lives. We have to wait on other people. People are around us making choices that we don't necessarily agree with, or things that are inconvenient with us. Maybe if you're a mom or a dad, you're out there driving and you've got somebody who's driving slow in front of you and you're already late to get the kids to school, and you just get impatient and you start kind of talking to the person in front of you, right? Telling them that they ought to go faster. Or maybe you're a kid and you're in school and you're like, man, I know this stuff already. I'm ready to move on. So you're trying to get your teacher to like get to the next thing, right? Or maybe you're helping one of your friends on the playground and they're just not getting whatever you're trying to show them, right? So it's really easy to become impatient with other people. In order to help us improve that, I want you to remember that every person is on their own journey. See, we don't know what that other person's life looks like. We don't know that our teacher is struggling to get little Johnny on the other side of the room to learn this different aspect, right? We don't know that that person in front of us hasn't just gotten a really bad phone call, or maybe they've just had a rough day, right? And they're distracted. They're trying to think about what's going on. And so they're in their own mind. So yeah, maybe they're going slow. Maybe they've just had an accident recently and they're driving slow because they are concerned about the other people on the road, or they're a little bit nervous to be back on the road again. See, we just don't know what everybody else is going on in their lives. And so we need to make sure that we have patience with other people, because what's happening in their life looks completely different from their viewpoint than it does from your viewpoint. Okay, so that's patience number 1. Patience number 2 is patience with circumstances. So guys, patience with circumstances means that there are things that go on in our life that we can't control, right? Maybe it's finances, maybe it's when the testing schedule at school is, right? If you're in school and teacher says, hey, you have a test next week. Maybe it's that your dinner's not ready yet because the power went out and the oven went off or something like that. Guys, there's so many things in life that we don't have control of. And it's really easy to get frustrated with those things. We allow those things to make us tense and to make us get upset and to trigger our emotions, right? Now you guys already know that self-control means that keeping ourselves in control means that we're the boss of our own emotions, right? We don't react to our emotions, rather we respond. We understand our emotions and we try to respond properly to the circumstances that cause those emotions to come up. Well, when we're talking about patience, that's a huge, important part of self-control, because those circumstances are going to happen and we're not going to be ready for them at the time, but we have to be able to take that deep breath and say, okay, I'm going to handle this with grace and with patience. Guys, I believe that there's a God up above who loves us and who understands where the world is going, and he's got a plan for us. And he's the one who's really intimately in control of all of the circumstances in our lives. And he uses those circumstances to shape us. Guys, even if you don't believe that there is a God in heaven who is in control of those things, you can still understand that the world works in different ways for different people, and as you're going through those circumstances, you can either choose to be changed positively by them or negatively. Now, I hope everyone that watches these videos does believe that there is a God above who's in control. If you don't, please feel free to comment, let me know. I'd be glad to have a conversation with you about that. Okay, now moving on, patience with self. So this one's really kind of hard, because it's really easy, especially as a martial artist, as somebody who's an athlete or trying to be an athlete. You're trying to improve, you're trying to make yourself into this awesome person, right? Who can do these flying kicks, who can do these, 2-finger Bruce Lee push-ups or whatever. You're trying to make yourself into that person. Well, especially in today's modern society where everything is going super, super fast. We can stick something in the microwave. We can drive, 300-400 miles in a day. We can We can do all of these different cool things really quickly. We're used to everything happening quickly. Well, see, if I want to be able to do 100 push-ups, or if I want to be able to do the 2-finger push-up, I can't start by doing the 2-finger push-up. I can't start by doing 100 push-ups all at once. Maybe I have to start with just 5 push-ups. And I look and I say, oh man, I must not be very awesome because I can only do 5 push-ups. Well, maybe you're not yet, but just like I tell my students, they say, oh, I can't do it, and I say, you can't yet. But you have the opportunity to improve yourself over time, right? Patience means continued effort over time. When we're talking about ourselves, when we're talking about trying to improve ourselves and make ourselves maybe stronger or faster or more agile, you can't do it in a day, right? You can maybe make some steps toward that in a day, but you have to do it over time. In the martial arts, we have a cool word for this, and this is primarily used in Japanese dojos, just said that backwards, and that is os, or osu, is how it's spelled, O-S-U, but os is how it's pronounced, and it means patience and push. Guys, patience isn't passive. Patience means continuing to do the right thing, even if you don't see the results right away. So when you're thinking about patience with yourself and you're struggling to get something right or you're struggling to accomplish a goal, you have to breathe and say, you know what? I'm not a bad person because I haven't achieved this yet. I'm not broken because I haven't been able to do this yet. You have to say, look, I know I'm not there yet, but I'm going to have patience with myself. I'm going to accept the fact that I'm not where I want to be, and then I'm going to continue to take that next right step in order to get to that goal that I'm trying to achieve. Okay guys, so just a quick recap. You have 3 levels of patience that we talked about today. Patience with others, patience with circumstances, and patience with yourself. I want you guys to think about those this month or whenever you're watching this video because of the wonderful magic of YouTube. I want you to think about those for the next maybe 30 days in your life, and I want you to think about how you can apply those to help yourself be more relaxed and more calm, and also to help bless other people by not getting frustrated and upset with them. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Episode 3, Matt Chats with Mr. TJ. Let me know in the comments what things you struggle to be patient with. I look forward to hearing from each one of you, and I will do my best to reply to you. We'll see you guys later.